From New York City, it's Wendy Williams. Today, the beautiful and funny star of BET's Let's Stay Together, Naen Ellis, is on the couch. Plus, Wendy's taking it to the streets, with Wendy watchers sounding off in another hilarious edition of Street Talk. And all the latest juicy hot topics. Now, here's Wendy.
Show today with your help. How you doing? Not bad today. Listen, Sean Penn and Charlize Theron flaunted their love in front of Madonna. And Teresa and Joe head to court in Newark in about 25 minutes. And Dancing with the Stars has officially announced the new cast. I've got my opinions. Let's talk about it and more. It's time for Hot Topics. Good morning, or afternoon, or whatever time it is for you. All right, so Dancing with the Stars has announced the new cast, and you know, it's not official until they go on Good Morning America to do it. And as predicted, Nene Leakes is part of the cast. And then, as I predicted, Tony Dovolani, my former partner, will be Nene's partner because he always gets the big ones. Let's see how this is going to play out. So Tony has already won a Mirror Ball trophy. Tony is very, very serious about his dancing. He does not play around. Nene, I don't know whether you're disciplined like that, you know, because I wasn't, to be dancing every single day. I mean, I danced, but he'd always be pissed at me. I mean, he would, and anyway, you practice 6 days a week for 6 hours a day, no lie. And the thing about Tony is that Tony is just a nice guy. I'm not talking behind his back. I've already told him this, so everybody relax. We get along swimmingly, now that I'm not dancing. But Tony is just a nice guy. Like, he's not a reason to want to leap out of bed and run to practice. You know, sometimes if you get a decent partner, you can tell your partner your troubles, you know, or go out for a drinky drink afterwards. He doesn't drink. Nothing but coffee. Tony used to drink like 20 coffees when we were rehearsing. I don't want no damn coffee. Just let's dance. And Tony is, you know, he's been a dancer for years and he has a family to feed. So he's very, very serious about his dancing. He's not fun, Nene. And I wish you well, but you all aren't going to win. No, I already have the prediction of who's going to win, but first let me continue with the list. My nose is running like a sieve. Oh my gosh. No, no, I'm not sick. It's just cold in here. Aren't you cold, co-host? I keep it cold on account of I'm perimenopausal, I tell you that. You know what's happening to me as I've gotten older? I'm losing the hair inside my nostrils, and I've talked to you know, people around here about that. It's crazy how men, like my father has an overgrown bush in each nostril and coming out of his ears. You know, when men get older, you all get hair every place, and we women, we lose ours. I know, are there some older women in the audience who are losing they've already lost their nostril hair or whatever? Always sneezing, aren't you? Nose always running. I'll bring you a tissue during commercial break. You'll probably need one. Always running. Okay, so Drew Carey is also on Dancing with the Stars this season. I happen to adore Drew Carey. I think that he is very comforting to watch on The Price is Right. And he's a nice guy. He's partnering with Cheryl Burke. Yeah. Well, he's married too, because you know she dances best when she can flirt with somebody and dip it and do it. You know how you do, Cheryl. Well, he's married and he's just a nice guy there to do his job, but they're not going to win, so don't worry about it. Who will win is one of the two people I'm about to say. This new round of dancers also includes gold medal ice dancing pair, Charlie White and Morel Davis. Now, Charlie and Morel have known each other since they were like 5 years old, and they've been dancing ice partners since they were 17. What part of this is not cheating? Like, if you can dance on the ice, you know you can dance on the ballroom floor. So they're going to win, except they're not each other's partners. Charlie is partnered up with Sharna Burgess. I don't know who that is, but they're not going to win. Meryl is partnered up with Maxim. They're gonna win. They're gonna win. And I'll tell you why. First of all, Maxim is back where we need him on the dance floor. Second of all, you always forget, because I know I do, Maxim has never won Dancing with the Stars. I know, he's the biggest star on Dancing with the Stars, and certainly the most arrogant man on the dance floor. And I mean that in a good way. He's hot, he's sexy, you know. It's nice to look at him. And so he's gonna be partnered with her, and they're going to win. This is cheating, this is so not fair. Billy D. Williams is 76 years old, and he's gonna be dancing. All due respect to Billy D. Williams, Cloris Leachman, Valerie Harper, Buzz Lightyear, and the rest of them who were old and performed on the show. Nobody wants to see old people dancing on dance. Well, at least I don't. That's not a reason to watch. And Billy D. is gonna be partnered with Emma Slater. I don't know who that is, but they're not going to win. I already told you who's going to win. Dancing with the Stars, you continue to get it wrong. I'm telling you, those judges have got to go, all three of them. Listen to what they're doing to keep you watching this season. They're adding a twist. The twist is that viewers can vote to switch up partners in the middle of the season. So in other words, Nene might end up with Maxim. Or, do you like the shake-up? A clap. Well then, as you watch, tell me what's going on for the season, because I've officially checked out of the show. I'm sorry. They fired the orchestra to hire a DJ. They fired Brooke Burke to hire Aaron Andrews. And now they're switching partners in the middle. Just as you get to like somebody as a partner, you're switching it up. You'll continue to get it wrong. Goodbye. That would be like me doing Hot Topics at the end of the show when I know you grab your coffee and your tea and you want it in the beginning of the show, right? Can't mess with the formula. Anyway, all right, so it's 2 days after the Oscars and people are still talking about John Travolta's flub. When he introduced the Frozen star, Idina Menzel. Did I say it right? And you know I can chop somebody's name up. I know you sit, I read it on Facebook, you all always coming for me. Wendy doesn't know how to pronounce anybody's name. Well, that's because names aren't as easy as Wendy Williams anymore. Everybody's fancy with something. Anyway, take a look at the clip and observe the good wig he has on, and then we'll talk. Go.
Here to perform the Oscar-nominated, gorgeously empowering song, Let It Go, from the Oscar-winning animated movie Frozen, please welcome the wickedly talented one and only Adele Dazeem.
She's one of the Frozen stars. His face is frozen like the movie. That face didn't move. He had to lift that eyebrow up for some expression. Okay, well, first of all, it's very easy to mispronounce a name. Can we agree on that? Yes. However, John Travolta, you had all day, all night, and at least 2 weeks before to rehearse saying her name. That's all you had to do is get up there, say her name correctly, and then sit back down. And your job would have been done. Adele Dazeem, what's her name? Idina Menzel, the former Mrs. Taye Diggs. They were married for a moment, now they're divorced. She's a good-looking woman, isn't she? And I said earlier to my Hot Topics team, I was like, she looks like an older version of that young lady from Glee. And then they told me that she plays her mom on the show. Yeah. Well, she looked pissed up there on the Oscar stage, though. I mean, how many times do you get a chance to sing in front of millions of people at the biggest, awards event, of the year, which the Oscars? And her one time, he messed up her name. Oh, John Travolta, we forgive you, or at least I do. All right, now look. In exactly 18 minutes, Real Housewife of New Jersey stars Teresa and Joe Giudice Menzel are reportedly heading to court in Newark, New Jersey to plead guilty to the fraud charges. Now, I don't know what that means if they plead guilty. Because if you admit it, then why don't they just put them in jail right then and sentence them then? Apparently, that's not the way the justice system works. So they're both facing up to 50 years in prison for 41 counts of fraud. I know, and they've got 4 daughters at home. The daughters are already spiraled out of control, even with the parents in the house. I mean, they're cute girls, but they're the most ill-mannered little girls that I know. They treat their mother very disrespectfully, and their father just lets them get away with murder. They can't afford to be away from those girls. They got to raise them up right. But the reports differ about what a plea deal means. The Bergen Record. The Bergen Record says that Teresa may be sentenced to less than 2 years in prison, while Joe will get a minimum of 3 years in prison. But In Touch magazine says Teresa won't do jail time, but Joe will do a minimum of 5 years in prison. They owe $11 million. Where do you get that kind of money? Allegedly. Where do you get that kind of money? I mean, apparently the best earning years, well, I guess their best earning years aren't over, but gee, they gotta start from scratch and hatch a plan on how to get some money together. Joe should take the fall. I've said that. That's what a man does, And Teresa can do probation. She's a woman of a particular age. She already has her kids. The fist-pumping partying days are over. It's gotta be hard, if you're young and say you smoke weed. To be on probation, or you're young and you're dating and you're up to things. I would imagine the older you get, the easier it is to do probation because you're not allowed to leave the country. Well, first of all, when you're older, all you want to do is sit down and watch TV anyway. As a matter of fact, forget probation. I could do house arrest. You put that little lock on my foot, I don't care. I'm not going anywhere. Send the boy to the mailbox. When you're on house arrest, you can't even go to the mailbox to get your mail. Who cares? Nothing in there but bills anyway. I'm following the story. I need newspapers close to the courthouse in Newark, though, to report on it. Bergen Record did a great job, but they live over in Bergen County, New Jersey. The court where they're being tried and whatnot is over in Newark. So Star Ledger over there in Newark, I need you to get on it, and we'll be watching. Attention Wendy staffers, attention everyone. Can you all stay on this story even while our show is happening? Because I would like to know what Teresa's wearing, how they arrive. Is she wearing a legendary pantsuit? Does she have a top knot, or is her hair loose? Is it parted in the middle? Is she showing cleavage? What is Joe doing? Did he take off his sunglasses? Is he looking all mobbed up, or is he looking humble for once? All right, good. I'll file my report as the show moves on. All right, so Sean Penn and Charlize Theron, I am so happy for them. They took their love to an Oscar party. First of all, he didn't walk the red carpet with her at the Oscars. He let her have her moment, and she ended up winning. She did win, didn't she? Oh. Well, so she's a loser. No, I'm only playing. She didn't win, but she still's got Sean, and she's got that good career and that mean walk and that Dior ad, right? So you won't, all right, so they went to the Oscar party, and you won't believe whose party it was. It's Madonna's legendary Oscar party. Well, Madonna has admitted that Sean is the love of her life. She admitted it in Truth or Dare. Yeah. Yeah, and truth or dare, I would throw them right out, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air style. You know, get out. Because here's the problem. They're grown and you can come to my party, but I don't want to see you making out like a wild teenager with her, and that's what the reports are. They're there in the living room making out like nobody's watching. In the meantime, Madonna has to be jealous of this. Who wouldn't be jealous of this? It's a slap in the face. I know we used to be married, and yes, you are the love of my life, and we have moved on. We have some sort of relationship, but why do you have to be with such a woman, Charlize Theron? I mean, those little boys that Madonna dates are no threat to nobody. Brahim and Timur. That's Timur. Ew. And then Brahim, she sent him back to Brazil. I mean, I would rather, and Miley Cyrus was at the party, I would rather see my ex-husband, Sean Penn, making out with Miley Cyrus at the party. You know, or some bimbo from the Playboy Mansion, than to be making out with a quality woman like Charlize Theron. Are you serious? What a slap in the face. They're both equally very pretty. Madonna, you have better eyelashes, though. She's not a bad-looking woman. You know that party that she had, all the A-listers were there. Who else was there? Brad and Angie. Lupita. And her brother. Ashton. And by the way, I'd punch my brother in the head if he photobombed my Oscar picture. Honestly, I would. Like, really? I know he was happy for his sister Lupita, but if that's my moment and my brother is more prominent in that selfie picture that Ellen took with all those stars than me, I'd punch him in his head. He's up there. Cha-cha. Anyway, so everybody was at this party, and this is an Oscar party that's thrown every year. It used to be thrown by Demi Moore and Madonna, but Madonna's always losing friends. So I guess she chose Ashton Kutcher over Demi Moore's friendship because Ashton was at the party with his new fiancée, Mila Kunis. Oh, I'm out of breath just telling you that story. Let's talk about Justin Bieber. And not in a good way. Which makes the story even juicier. Is that what I just heard? All right, look, hold on. So, Justin's downward spiral is the subject of a new Rolling Stones expose. The difference between an article and an expose is an expose is usually racked with scandal and no permission from the subject to tell it. So this is an expose, and it's juicy. Okay, in the expose, they're blaming Justin's dad, Jeremy, for his downward spiral. Sources are saying that Jeremy recently increased his role in Justin's life. Jeremy has replaced Justin's manager, Scooter, as the authoritative male figure in his life, which isn't that what a dad is anyway? I don't know, but you know, the dad, Jeremy's only 38 years old, so you gotta figure, at 38, you know, you're still out there dipping it and doing, ow, you know, you're a kid yourself. And he's trying to be a father, but he's more of a pal. Justin's behavior has been the worst since they've been hanging out together. I mean, allegedly, it was Jeremy who blocked off the street for that low-speed drag race. Allegedly, it was Jeremy who was also on the plane when it landed at Teterboro Airport wafting in weed. Remember I was telling you the story? And then they held the plane on the runway as they cased the joint, but they couldn't find anything, but they smelled everything. And his dad, most recently, they were in the strip club together, father and son. And well, I don't know that there's anything wrong with it. I just think that when you layer on all these other things that Jeremy has been in Justin's presence to do, then fist bumping in the middle of a lap dance at a strip club. Yes, I said fist bumping. The girls, you know, lapping it up on Justin, and Justin pauses for a moment, looks over to his dad, and fist bumps. And then gets right back to enjoying. Just a mess. You can't be friends with your kids. You gotta be parents. So, congratulations to Scarlett Johansson. She's expecting her first child with her fiance. Her fiance's name is Romain. He looks suspect. And I'm not gonna say in what way, but you're my people. Look, he's even looking at us like, the couple just got engaged, though, 6 months ago. You know they live over in Paris. He is a journalist, and she is still acting. Right there, you can see that she's a little bit fluffier in the middle than she normally is. She's 5 months along, though, so good for her. I'm happy for her. You know, it was just a minute ago, we were talking about her dating Sean Penn. You know, it looks like, yeah, there she is with Sean Penn. What is up with that dress? Anyway, so there she is, Scarlett Johansson, in a family way. Congratulations. Oh, keep clapping. We've got a great show for you from the hit TV show on BET called Let's Stay Together. The beautiful Naen Ellis is here. But up next, we hit the streets to hear what Wendy watchers have to say about some of our favorite celebrities, so don't miss it. It's time to hear what our very opinionated Wendy watchers have to say about some of our favorite celebrities in the latest edition of Street Talk. Roll it! Which celebrity needs a makeover?
The celebrity that definitely needs a makeover this year is Bruce Jenner. Forget cutting the Adam's apple, Bruce. Cut the ponytail.
For me, a celebrity that I think needs a makeover is Madonna. Get rid of that ridiculous grill you wore, put on some mom jeans, look like a normal 55-year-old woman, you know, pulling up to the soccer game in a minivan. Madonna, aren't you tired? Relax.
Okay, Donald Trump, you're a rich man. Get a new wig. I mean, he needs a makeover for 2014. It's just getting too old for me.
If you were creating a boy band, which celebrities would you pick?
Justin Timberlake, Robin Thicke, and Macklemore. Do you see the theme here? White chocolate.
If I was creating a boy band, the celebrities I would pick are Kevin Hart, Chris Rock, and Dave Chappelle. I would love to see their synchronized dancing.
Mark Anthony and Enrique Iglesias because they're caliente.
My boy band would be Matthew McConaughey, Jake Gyllenhaal, and Marky Mark, and I would name them the Hottie Bunch.
If you could trade places with one celebrity, who would it be?
If I could trade places with any celebrity, it would definitely be Blue Ivy. Beyonce's daughter, think about it. I don't have to comb my hair, and I'm on a hip all day. I lay my hair right on that chest.
I would trade places with Liam Hemsworth, because I don't know who he is, but girls seem to like him.
If I could trade places with one celebrity, it would be Oprah Winfrey. She has that long cash that I would love to spend.
It would have to be the guy that Kanye punched, because I could really use $250,000 for rent or something. Like, punch me, Kanye, please.
The streets are always talking, and we're here to listen. Up next, everybody, from the hit BET show, Let's Stay Together, Naen Ellis is dropping by. Don't go far. Started out as one of the original Pussycat Dolls, and now she's starring on the hit BET show Let's Stay Together. Take a look.
Okay, so I want a tattoo that shows that I'm a tough cop. And I just want one that is not of Darkanian Duncan or Marvin Gaye.
And I want one that says that I'm a doctor with an unexpected wild side that would shock the heck out of people if they only got to know the real Stacy.
Stacy, you are are not fooling anybody. You are not about to get a tattoo.
Oh, I'm getting one. And according to this book, I'm getting one that glows in the dark.
Please welcome Naen Ellis. I love it when people know where they're going. Because you know, we love fashion here at the show. I want to give you some shoe cam. Hold your feet right there. Those are fantastic.
Thank you.
You've got very small ankles.
I try. What? That has nothing to do with me, but thank you.
Yeah, no, you're delicate bones.
Thank you.
So
I could still fight though. Don't get it twisted.
She's from Queens.
Queens, girl.
You grew up in Queens, New York, and your people still living there?
Yeah, both my parents, Bill and Winnie, are still there at the house where I grew up.
Wow.
Yeah.
When you come to town, do you stay with them? Or
it depends on what it is. Like tonight, I'm spending the night at the hotel, but tomorrow I'll be there.
Yeah.
To go visit with them.
Yeah. Congratulations on the 4th season of the show.
Thank you so much.
It's a really cute show.
Thanks.
I know that you guys are down there in Atlanta filming. How's that working for you?
It's good. You know, at first when I heard that we were going to be in Atlanta, I was like, I wasn't really sure.
Why?
Well, you know, okay, when I started the show, I was single, and unfortunately, I'm still single, so.
You're going to stay single as long as you're living in Atlanta.
Oh, see? So when I knew I was going to Atlanta, I was like, well, what am I supposed to get down there? But you know, it's been lovely.
Some good Judies.
But let me tell you, it's been really great, and it's been a really great opportunity for me to kind of focus in on work and do the show. So it's been good.
If I knew that we'd be filming in Atlanta, I wouldn't be thinking socially. I'd be thinking about all the food. Because as a foodie, Atlanta's the last place you want to live.
Exactly.
The food is so good.
It's hard. It's definitely hard. And I got to wait for the weekends. I'll give myself a little, you know, playtime on the weekends.
Yeah.
But it's been good.
Now, how often do you go back and forth to LA?
We're there usually about 2 months out of the year. So we kind of go in there, we get the job done, and then we come on back. So I'm in LA for the most part. You know, I'm pretty much based, and that's my home base.
Yeah. Well, you know, getting back to men, do you date industry guys? You know, when you get back home to LA?
I have dated industry men,
Yeah.
but I think I moved past that stage.
Yeah.
It's been good, but you know, I think it's time to kind of grow up and find the one.
Get a regular guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I always say there's nothing wrong with the plumber. You know, there's nothing wrong. He's good with his hands.
Well, and
I'm just saying. So, I marvel that you started out as a pussycat doll.
Yes.
Well, explain this, because we know that Don't You Think Your Girlfriend Is Hot Like Me?
Right.
One of those, you were singing?
No. Okay, the show originally started off as a small burlesque show in LA,
yes.
right? And I remember a time when I would have to beg people. I'd be like, the show is so good. It's like powerful and playful, and you should come out, and no one would come see the show. But then we slowly started getting more and more celebrities. And then, of course, interest from the record label came, and they were like, we can make a pop group out of this. And so.
And then what happened?
And then what happened was we started to realize that the tides were turning, and things were changing quickly. And
did you audition for the group?
I didn't have to audition. I met the choreographer, the creator of the show, on another job, and she was like, I love your energy.
I like her, Anton.
Yes. And so she was like, you know, I love your energy. Come and, you know, you should probably come through and see the show. And like a lot of people, when I heard burlesque, I was like, well, does that mean I'm naked? Like, what does that mean?
Are you a trained dancer?
I am.
Oh.
I went to Performing Arts High School.
You did?
I did. Yep.
Well, what do you think about the new cast of Dancing with the Stars?
Oh, you know what? I just heard this morning. You know, I'm really surprised. I mean, like, well, first of all, Billy D. I mean, he's such a legend, right? But
I don't want to see him dancing.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I don't. No. I don't like older people on Dancing with the Stars.
Lando. You don't want to see Lando breaking it down.
No.
No? Okay. All right. Well, fine. But, you know, there are some really good people. Though I have to say, I do agree. I heard Hot Topics. How are those ice dancers in it? Because if they can do it, then why can't I get on? You know, people have asked me, and I'm like, well, I don't know if it works because I have training, and people know me as a dancer. They always have trained dancers
on there.
I know. And then they hide it.
Yeah. But you would do Dancing with the Stars?
I would. I think that would be really fun.
You are adventurous. Now, I had no idea that you danced in Aaliyah's Rock the Boat video.
That's right.
Now, as we know, that was the last video that Aaliyah did. And then, the plane had too much luggage in it or something, and it crashed. Were you supposed to be on that plane?
No, we were all scheduled to leave the next day, but she was ready to go home, so she decided to leave early. And so we had just really finished shooting. The sun was about to set, and Hype, the director, Hype Williams, basically said, you can leave because we're just going to get some kind of aerial views of the girls. And so she decided to head home early. And I'll never forget that last moment where they brought another boat because we were in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
And they brought a boat to come meet her and to take her entourage away. And we were all like, hey, can we get a picture? We just want some pictures. And she was like, you guys, we're going to do the Grammys. We're going to do the American Music Awards. We have all these awards to do. We'll get the shot then. And we were all like, okay. And she got on the boat, and that was the last time we saw her. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Gone way too soon.
Yeah.
Way too soon.
Real talented, too.
Very sweet girl.
What's your favorite memory?
One of the first rehearsals I remember, I've worked with a lot of different artists, and they tend to be on their phone or with their entourage, or they'll leave for, during the lunch break. And she immediately sat down with us and was like, so, what's your deal? Like, just cross-legged. It was very much like, what's going on with you? She just wanted to be one of the girls, and it was really sweet.
Oh.
Yeah, very genuine.
Well, thanks for coming and sharing conversation.
Thank you for having me.
This is Nadine Ellis, everybody, and the new season, the 4th season of TV's Let's Stay Together on BET airs tonight at 11 o'clock on BET. Ask Wendy is next. Don't go far. Time for Ask Wendy. How you doing?
How you doing, Wendy?
Good hair, good eyebrows.
Thank you.
Yeah, how can I help?
Okay, well, I got engaged last year, and at the time, I told my fiance and his family that I was going to take the family name. Well, I thought about it, and at this point, I think I want to keep my name. So, how do I tell his mom without breaking her heart?
Have him tell her.
Okay.
Here's the thing. It's more important that your fiance is okay with you keeping your name.
Right. Yes.
You love your future mother-in-law.
Oh yeah.
Take her out for
wonderful.
lunch. Take her out for lunch. To me, food solves everything. There's nothing like talking over a meal, having a calm conversation at the TGI Fridays or something.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah, and just tell her that. And listen, it's more important that she adores you than that you have the last name. So, good for you.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks. Thank you.
How you doing?
How you doing? I'm Daisy. I'm from Brooklyn.
Daisy.
How you doing?
I like your name.
Thank you very much. So my little dilemma is I want to get breast implants, and my boyfriend.
Come to the right person.
Exactly.
All right.
I knew I would.
How can I help?
So my boyfriend's not too fun about it. He wants me to stay natural. Doesn't feel like I should do it. So should I just show up one day and surprise him? Meet the twins.
Like I did to my parents.
So I'm like, what do you think I should do?
How old are you, Daisy?
26.
You have money already saved up?
Yes, girl. I'm ready.
Okay. And how long have you been with this fella?
About 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
Is he older than you?
Same age.
Same age.
Yeah.
Do you want to marry him one day?
Absolutely.
Well, see, that changes everything.
I know.
Because at 26, I would have gone on to do it.
Doing it, right.
Because that's the kind of girl that I am, knowing that at 26, I'm not going to be marrying, my boyfriend. No, you can't sneak and do it. But what you can do is you can make the appointment for the consultation, and you bring your boyfriend along with you.
Okay.
But you double back around, call the doctor's office before you get in there and let them know, because the plastic surgeons are used to difficult men. Give them the heads up so that the doctor says all the right things.
Right.
Don't say
Warm it
anything
up for me.
crazy, okay? And I think that he'll appreciate you bringing him.
I think you would too.
And also, even the size. Like, how big are you? Are you going this big?
D. I wouldn't mind a D. You know.
Well, what do you have now? You look
like
good.
a B-ish.
Do you stuff?
No, girl.
Okay. No, because they look good now.
The only way I'm stuffing it is if I'm getting this.
Yeah. Take him with you.
All right.
Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Listen to the doctor carefully, too. We've got time for one more. How you doing?
How you doing one day?
Here we go.
So my name is Michael, and my partner and I have been dating for almost 6 months. Now, when we go out, I introduce him as, this is my partner so-and-so. But when I get the introduction, it is Michael. Here's Michael. So I don't get the title, or I don't know what's the... Should I be concerned? I let it slide once, Wendy.
Yes.
Okay, because I'm watching you and I listen to you.
Yes.
I let it slide once.
Because you know I always say titles are important.
Exactly. So I came especially today to ask you personally, should I be concerned?
I don't think that you have to be concerned regarding cheating, but I do think that you need to nip this in the bud and explain to him that we both think, me and you, we both think titles are important. There's a difference between being a lover, a boyfriend, a wife, you know, all that.
You hear Wendy, right?
Titles are important.
Thank you, Wendy.
Best of luck.
You.
Love you too. I love my dramatic people. Listen. Up next, we're gonna meet a woman who met a guy and had a great date with him. The next day, he sends her a nude photo of himself. Look, Ask Wendy continues after these messages. Ask Wendy, how you doing?
Good, how you doing?
So you're the one.
I am, yes. My name is Haley Wendy. Lovely to meet you. So, I met this guy, super cute. Met him at a bar. We spent all night talking. And the next day, he sends me a nudie pic of his
penis?
Yeah. So I'm like, what do I do? Because it was a great time. He has a lot of potential.
Yeah.
And it was kind of nice. So, do I give him a chance?
No, were you asking Wendy?
Yeah.
No. He makes poor decisions. He's apparently only wants to have sex with you. And there's something in your conversation at the bar that he read that he can get away with doing this. So it is very disrespectful.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. He said I was marriage material.
Okay, well, tell him you're not. You know what I mean? I mean, if you want to pursue the relationship, we have to get that out of the way. Like, I don't know what you thought you were doing. Okay, sometimes you meet a guy and you really do like him and, you know, one little thing screws it up. So if you feel like giving him a little bit of time with this, find out what about you made him want to send a picture of his penis. It's very disrespectful. And second of all, now he's gonna have to wait.
Okay.
Now he'll have to wait for the sex.
Okay. I have the upper hand.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Good luck, Haley. How you doing?
Hi, Wendy. How you doing?
Well.
My name is Jackie. I have this girlfriend that we've been very close. We've been friends for more than 14 years. The only thing is she's always begging and borrowing from me. But every time I see her, she's in a new outfit, eyelashes done, nails done, everything. Look at my nails. Nothing.
Bitten to the nub.
I want to know, how do I go about asking her for the money she has borrowed from me without ruining the friendship?
Okay, the money's gone.
Really?
Yes. The money is gone, and that's the thing about money. I always say, don't loan it, give it. Okay. If you don't have it to give, then don't do it, because money ruins relationships with parents, with siblings, with friends. You know, if she needs $100, tell her all you have is 10. And give her the 10. But this is the conversation you can have with her.
Okay.
You're not letting her
So
borrow.
nothing more than 10.
No. We're not. No, I'm just saying, give what you can, but give money. Don't loan money.
Yeah.
But we're not dealing with that with her anymore. She's my friend of 14 years, and we're not going to screw it up. But what we will do is sit down and have a conversation about all the money that she's borrowed over the years. No, you don't want it back.
Okay.
But no,
You
you're
sure?
not. You're never. No. But no, you'll never be doing that again.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
All right, good luck.
Thank you so much.
All right, Jackie. Don't go away, everybody. Up next, we've got Wendy fan feedback. back. But first, here's the photo of Teresa and Joe entering the courtroom this morning. Nice. She took some of the black out of her hair, so she looks softer with the brown hair in the center part. Nice, sensible handbag. Oh gosh, they look stressed. As well they should. Anyway, we'll have more details about the outcome of the hearing today on tomorrow's Wendy show. All right, now, here's what some of you all are saying about the new cast of Dancing with the Stars. Chandra J says, the ice dancers had their Olympic routine choreographed by Derek Huff. They have an advantage already. Really? Wow, wow. Kim P says, I'm a big Drew Carey fan. I will definitely be watching and supporting him this season on Dancing with the Stars. Jenny E says, I love the cast. I'm Team Nene all the way. I'll be watching with my 2 daughters. And finally, Chris J says, somebody slap me so I can see some stars. I love your fan feedback. Thank you for all of your comments. You know, you can join in on the lively conversation each and every day at my Facebook and Twitter pages. Keep it here. We'll be right back. Did you have a good time today? If you get a moment in your schedule, will you be coming back? The tickets are free. Go to wendyshow.com. If you're in New York City, this is the place to be. All right. I want to thank my guest today, Naen Ellis. Thank you so much to my co-host, my fabulous studio audience. Tomorrow, we've got the very funny Wendy McClendon-Covey here, plus the original parenting expert, super nanny Joe Frost, for a special edition of Ask Wendy. I love you for watching today, and I'll see you next time here on Wendy. Bye.